Adrian Newey's next move in Formula One is causing quite a stir. The legendary designer, currently with Red Bull Racing, has asked for more time before deciding about his future. With Aston Martin and Ferrari eagerly awaiting his answer, Newey's choice is shrouded in mystery. He wants to wait until after the summer break to decide his next step, leaving many in suspense. Adrian Newey's next career move has been a hot topic in F1 since he announced he would leave Red Bull at the end of the 2024 season. Since then, he's been on gardening leave and working on Red Bull's RB17 hypercar, set to launch in 2025. Initially, there were strong rumors about Newey joining Ferrari and possibly teaming up with Lewis Hamilton. Some reports even suggested he had signed a pre-contract with Ferrari. However, Aston Martin has recently become a serious contender for Newey's next role. These rumors gained traction when Newey was spotted driving an Aston Martin DB6 during a holiday. Newey has previously collaborated with Aston Martin on their Valkyrie hypercar, which was developed with Red Bull. Aston Martin's team owner Lance Stroll has expressed enthusiasm about the possibility of Newey joining the team, calling it "fucking awesome" and praising Newey's impressive career. Newey has contributed to 13 Formula One World Championships, including all 7 of Red Bull's titles with Sebastian Vettel and current champion Max Verstappen. Guenther Steiner believes that moving to Aston Martin might be a more sensible choice for Adrian Newey than joining Ferrari and their headquarters in Modena, Italy. Steiner mentioned, "I don't think he's going to Ferrari, but who knows? Even he might not know where he's headed next." Steiner noted that despite speculation about a Ferrari move, there's no certainty Newey will end up there. Just because people assume he's going to Ferrari doesn't mean he will. He's likely exploring all his options. He suggested that Newey might not be interested in relocating to Italy or might have received an irresistible offer from Aston Martin. "Sometimes opportunities come up that are too good to refuse," Steiner explained. Steiner added that Newey's decision might not be final yet. "When you're highly sought after, you don't need to rush your decision. It's nice to have time to consider your options." He also pointed out that Ferrari is already developing their team and might have existing commitments that Newey wouldn't fit into. Ferrari is building up their team and might have made promises to others. Adrian might not align with their current plans, Steiner concluded. He further said, "I'm not saying definitely he's not going to Ferrari, but I just don't think he's heading there." Newey has publicly stated that he will decide on his next move by autumn or winter this year. However, Steiner speculates that Newey might not start his new role until the planning for the 2026 F1 cars begins. This period will mark the introduction of new regulations in Formula One, including shorter and narrower cars, removing front wheel arches, active aerodynamics, new hybrid engines, and a new overtaking aid system. Steiner believes that having Newey involved in designing a car to meet these new regulations could make any team highly competitive. If he joins a team in time to design their 2026 car, that team would become a major contender, Steiner said. The former F1 chief noted that Aston Martin is heavily investing in their F1 team, recently announcing the hire of Andy Cowell, the former Mercedes power unit chief, to replace Martin Whitmarsh. Aston Martin is putting a lot of resources into their team and employing many new people, Steiner observed. Newey might be attracted to a team with such significant investments. Steiner concluded that Newey's decision will be influenced by where he sees the best future for himself. Adrian has already proven himself and is likely focusing on where he can find the best opportunities and future prospects. "I'm certain that if Adrian joins Aston Martin, he'll be focused on the 2026 car, as it might be too late to influence the 2025 model. Adrian is always at the forefront with new regulations, so this would be a great opportunity for them." He asked for a break until summer break. "As we know, Newey is approaching his final months with Red Bull Racing, having been largely disengaged from the team recently. This period of relative inactivity has left him free to explore opportunities with other teams, and he is set to fully transition to a new role by early 2025. Ferrari and Williams have expressed interest, but Aston Martin is considered the leading contender. Newey's decision has been complicated by his request for additional time. According to reports, he prefers to finalize his future plans after the summer break at the end of August. While Aston Martin seems to be the front-runner, a potential deal with Ferrari is still possible. Aston Martin offers Newey the advantage of remaining close to his home and family in England, as he frequently travels between there and South Africa. This proximity could be a significant factor, making Aston Martin or Williams more appealing than Ferrari, which would require relocating to Italy. Given Newey's track record of excelling with new regulations and his strong connections in the UK, joining Aston Martin could align well with his personal and professional goals. Where could Newey end up? Aston Martin's current setup indicates they are well prepared to welcome a high-profile figure like Adrian Newey. With substantial financial backing from co-owner Lawrence Stroll, Aston Martin is in a strong position to invest heavily in their team. The completion of their new factory at Silverstone is a testament to this commitment. Recent appointments, such as Andy Cowell as CEO and Luca Cardile as Chief Technical Officer, highlight the team's efforts to enhance their organizational structure and technical capabilities. If Newey joins Aston Martin, he would likely take on an advisory role rather than a direct technical position. The CTO role, which Newey previously held at Red Bull, has already been filled by Cardile. Given Newey's extensive experience and age, a senior advisory position would allow him to leverage his expertise without the day-to-day pressures of a CTO role. This setup could be advantageous for Newey and Aston Martin, as his strategic input could significantly impact the team's development while avoiding potential conflicts over technical leadership with Cardile. Aston Martin's status as an emerging team, aiming to establish itself as a top contender, makes it an intriguing opportunity for Newey. His influence could be pivotal in shaping the team's future. However, the potential for clashes with Cardile over technical decisions could be a consideration, given their overlapping areas of expertise. On the other hand, at Ferrari, a management spot has recently opened up following Cardile's departure, which could make Adrian Newey a logical candidate for the role of head of aerodynamics. This full-time position would place Newey in a significant position within the team, though it's uncertain if he's prepared to commit to such a role. In Ferrari's current structure, Newey would not be the ultimate decision-maker, as the team principal Fred Vasseur holds that position. The allure of working with Lewis Hamilton, one of the most successful F1 drivers in history, could be an attractive factor for Newey. Ferrari offers a completely different environment than his past experiences, with its distinctive Italian approach to operations, which can sometimes be chaotic. This cultural shift might challenge Newey, who is accustomed to a more structured British environment. Additionally, Newey's preference for staying in England and South Africa could be a significant drawback, as Ferrari's headquarters in Maranello are far from these locations. Recent reports suggest that Ferrari's higher-ups want to take more control over team decisions, which could lead to tensions if Newey is uncomfortable with their increased involvement. There is growing speculation in Italy that Newey might lean towards an alternative opportunity rather than joining Ferrari. The current signs suggest that while Ferrari's offer is enticing, it may not align perfectly with Newey's preferences and lifestyle. Both these two and even Williams is a viable option for Adrian Newey, as team boss James Vowles has openly expressed interest in bringing him on board. Newey's return to Williams would not replicate the team's glory days of the 1990s, but rather involve rebuilding efforts. Despite his proven track record, Newey would face a long-term project with the current Williams team, which still needs significant improvements to be competitive. At 65, Newey must consider whether he wants to embark on such a lengthy endeavor. Meanwhile, teams like Mercedes and McLaren have recently restructured, which might make adding Newey redundant or disruptive. However, the unpredictable nature of F1 means that Newey could still surprise everyone with an unexpected choice. His decision remains highly anticipated, with possibilities ranging from returning to Williams's familiar grounds to moving to another top team. So, what do you think of the controversial move by Adrian Newey? Comment below and subscribe for more.